What is this madness? Good morrow, Stefan. It's Wednesday, August 20th, and this morning I weighed 173.8 pounds. I thought we had a pact. I thought we were growing our hair out together. You betrayed me. You may have noticed yesterday that some of the noodles commented on your video being less than 2 minutes long, and I know that you and I never actually discussed implementing any sort of rule, but I think perhaps now may be a good time to implement such a thing. As we seem to live oh so busy lives, I also see the value in being able to upload a short video every once in a while. As such, I propose a new rule that states we may not upload 2 videos within 30 days of each other that do not meet the 2-minute requirement, basically allowing us in a pinch to upload 1 short video per month without penalty. Let me know how you feel about that one. As a reminder, Noodles, tomorrow Stefan is going to decide what next week's topic of discussion will be by drawing at random from a pool of your suggestions. So if you've got a suggestion for next week's topic, make sure you send us a message here on YouTube with the subject topic. Go ahead and keep sending us those Flavor Packet of the Week messages as well. Also, while we're on the subject of these Flavor Packet of the Week messages, some of you tried to get cute and send in messages that said, packet of flavor. And I told you guys, if you put anything other than Flavor Packet of the Week, it won't get seen. The reason is that those messages get sent to us at Gmail, and in Gmail I have certain filters set up to apply different labels to the incoming messages. If the subject of the message is either Flavor Packet of the Week or Flavor Packet of the Week, it gets put in the Flavor Packet of the Week folder, and thus I will be able to see it. If you put anything other than those 2 things, it won't go into that folder. And now I'll take just a second to introduce myself to all the noodles out there. Stefan, tomorrow I expect an introduction to yourself with the same level of detail.
My name is Michael Peter Aranda. I was born on the 27th of February, 1986 to parents Frank Aranda and Cheryl Melendrez. Cheryl Melendrez became Cheryl Aranda the following September. I spent my childhood being quite possibly the most curious child in human history, constantly asking why and how come to anything anyone ever said, ever. Most of my life has centered around computers, and in fact I started learning how to read and write at the age of 4 by playing such games as Police Quest, King's Quest, and Leisure Suit Larry, the latter of which makes me laugh now knowing how adult-themed that game actually was. I met Stefan at the end of 2nd grade, and though we don't seem to be able to remember how that came about, we've been friends ever since. Over the 7 years following my birth, my parents popped out 3 more kids along the way, Sarah, Renee, and Frank, who we call Nathan because his name is Frank and my dad's name is Frank, and that would be confusing, so we call Frank by his middle name, which is Nathan. My parents separated when I was a sophomore in high school, about the same time my mom found out she had breast cancer. Through junior high and high school, I developed a love for 4 things: music, running, making movies, and girls. Music. I started playing the trumpet in 6th grade. I marched in the bands at Townsend Junior High School and Ruben S. Ayala High School, where I eventually became the drum major. During that time, I branched out and learned how to play the French horn, mellophone, baritone, flute, clarinet, saxophone, guitar, piano, marimba, xylophone, vibraphone, drum set, and turntable, if you consider that to be an instrument. As a disclaimer, just because I know how to play these instruments does not necessarily mean that I sound good while doing so. Toward the end of high school, I also got involved in the drumline and color guard, which means to an extent I know how to dance around and toss flags and rifles and such. Running. Since elementary school, I'd always loved running around, but in junior high I discovered that I was able to do so more quickly than most of my peers. I became a member of my school's mile run club, running a 6:47 mile in 7th grade, 5:55 in 8th grade, and eventually finishing my competitive running career in 9th grade with a mile time of 4 minutes and 54 seconds. For everyone who isn't on the metric system, i.e. everyone in gray on this map, 1 mile is about 1.61 kilometers. Though I don't race anymore, I still try to maintain a fairly regular jogging schedule, and I still have an interest in healthy lifestyles and eating habits. Making movies. Well, that's sort of why I'm here now. After graduating from high school, I began attending the Brooks Institute, majoring in film and video production with an emphasis in writing and directing. I think this stems from getting my hands on my dad's old camcorder, you know, the huge things that used to record straight onto VHS tapes, and making little movies using either my siblings or my Legos as props. I'm not terribly sure as to where this video making business is going to take me, but I honestly don't really care as long as I'm having fun doing it. Girls. I think the bulk of this conversation would be better saved for a later point in time, but just to get the basics out of the way, I consider myself to have had 3 girlfriends in my lifetime, with each relationship lasting about 18 months. I'm much more interested in long-term meaningful relationships as opposed to quick little hookups. Also, I can still count the number of girls I've kissed on one hand, and I think I'm the oldest virgin that I know of. I think for the most part that brings us up to the present. I'm still going to school. Last Friday I hung out with Toddly00. Last Sunday we celebrated my mom's 45th birthday at the Cheesecake Factory, and today I'm making a vlogramen video.
This video is over 4 minutes and 15 seconds long, but you know what? I don't care. Let's start this thing off with a bang. Noodles, punishment discussions. Stefan, pick one. Stefan, see you tomorrow.